What's up, Wizards? It's Dev and the chicken. She's over there on the couch. Hey, chicken. And today we're going to do something that you might think we're slightly late on. We're going to talk about the Commander-only cards, I guess, from the March of the Machines first look previews. Now, the reason I'm doing these right now is A, it's a nice, cute, short little video for Monday night. Why not do some content? B, I still see people post these card images to Twitter all the time, and other people will be like, well, I haven't seen these. What are these? What's this from? So there's that. And then C, that's what we're on. Yeah. I still get people asking me every day to cover these cards, and I haven't done it yet. So I feel like a nice little Monday night video. We'll bang it out, have some fun, talk about these Commander cards, and some of them pretty hype, so let's go ahead and get to it, why don't we? Oh, and also towards the end, we'll kind of clean things up with those Commander Legends previews. I don't know if y'all have seen those yet, but there's 3 of them, and they're really good reprints. So we'll do that towards the end, but for now, we're going to start off with the card that I'm actually most hype about. Usually I like to save that one till the end, but I literally can't wait to talk about Slimefoot and Squee, y'all. I haven't gotten to do it yet. Have you seen this? Do you know about this? I'll give you a moment to get over how incredible this pairing of characters is, but let's dive in. This is Jund colors, black, red, green for a 3/3 legendary fungus goblin. And when it enters the battlefield or attacks, you create a 1/1 green sapperling creature token. You can pay 1, a black, a red, and a green and sack a sap to return Slimefoot and Squee and up to 1 other target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Activate only as a sorcery. Now, here's the thing. There's not a whole lot of great Jund commanders for this because there's no Jund commanders other than this now, I guess, that care about sapperlings, which is kind of lame, but there are some cool commanders you can play this in the 99 of, right? I guess you're going to be playing a lot of sapperling cards in your deck. That means a lot of tokens. That's probably at least halfway decent with a card like Korvold, sacking tokens, make Korvold bigger, drawing cards and stuff like that. It's token fodder. I guess Zayatora also kind of works in a couple of ways, right? Because first of all, you could just sacrifice Squeevis and Mushhead over here to Zayatora every turn, bolt something, get your treasure tokens, and then use the sapperling to just bring back Slimefoot. You just keep doing it. Or you could sacrifice something like Kind of Big to Zayatora with these 2 in your yard. And then you could just use this thing's ability to bring back Slimefoot and Squee and whatever you sacrifice to Zayatora. Put it straight onto the battlefield. So I guess that works in a couple of ways. That's not bad. I guess also Shattergang Brothers is a sort of a thing because you got a bunch of tokens. Or you could just sacrifice Slimefoot and Squee to the Shattergang Brothers and bring them back and keep making your opponent sack stuff. Keep getting sapperlings. Oops. I could see that maybe working, but it doesn't seem super powerful. And then I guess on the bottom rung of this is Gyrus. I'm not actually sure how to pronounce. I mean, I guess that kind of works because you're likely going to have creatures in your graveyard in this deck because you want Slimefoot and Squee and other stuff in your yard, so you can use Slimefoot and Squee to bring that stuff back. So there's going to be creatures in your yard, right? So maybe Gyrus. I'm going to call him Gyrus. Maybe he could be a good boy, but I'm still not too sure about this. In the 99 of too much, but I don't know. Zayatora and Korvold seem okay. It's when these 2 are your commander that you get to do some really cool stuff, right? You can play either version of Nimata. I guess they both care about sapperlings, so that's kind of cool. You play Vertaloth the Ancient, but I guess you can do that in any deck that Slimefoot and Squee is a part of, and it's pretty decent. But Vertaloth probably isn't great because Slimefoot and Squee aren't making all of the sapperlings in the world by themselves. But you probably still do play Vertaloth in that deck. And then I guess there's the OG Slimefoot, right? You can play OG Slimefoot in the Slimefoot and Squee 99, and that's probably really good if you, again, are making all those sapperling tokens with other sapperling-y kind of cards. So Nimata's probably the best. Either one of them in your 99, but still, there's some cool stuff you could do with this as your commander, obviously. Just being able to reanimate whatever you want at the cost of a sapperling, yeah, that's great. And it only costs 4 mana. It's not too bad to use its ability. And honestly, the rate's pretty good too, right? It's 3 mana for 4 power and 4 toughness worth of stats on 2 bodies, and that's good enough by itself sometimes. So this is my favorite one. If only because of who's on it. It's Slimefoot and Squee. It's awesome, but it's also happens to be a pretty good looking Magic card too. Oh, before I get off this one, I should also say that all of these commanders got a special frame treatment or whatever in the style of the set that they're from. So since Slimefoot and Squee are defending Dominaria, the 2 most powerful people that could possibly be defending Dominaria. This is all we got anyway. Since they're from Dominaria, they get the Dominaria frame, this thing, yay. I'm not actually sure which one I like more. I don't hate the Dominaria stained glassy kind of frames. I probably do like it more. It looks pretty cartoonish, and the more I look at it, the more I kind of like that. I like the sun in the background, like all of it's. I like his staff. His staff looks cool to me for some reason. But this still looks cool too. I like the color palette on this. So I'm not really sure which one I like more, but this one. I like this one more. The stained glass. Yeah, that's good. But let's move on to the next card we want to look at, which is not Slimefoot and Squee. It's Catilda and Lear. There it is. All right. I put this one in the middle because it's like a sandwich, right? When you're supposed to do good thing, thing, and then good thing. So I put Catilda and Lear in the middle. I'm sure some people are excited about this, but this is the Bant one. It is green, white, and blue to cast this. It's a 3/3 legendary human. Whenever you cast a human spell, target instant or sorcery in your graveyard gains flashback till end of turn. The flashback cost is equal to its mana cost. So it turns all of your creatures into, well, all of your humans at least, into Snapcaster Mages. That's pretty sick, I guess. And when you cast a Snapcaster Mage, you get to do it twice, you know? So that's kind of cool. It's just sweet, but I get it, right? Catilda cares about humans, and Lear lets cast stuff out of your yard, so it's cute. And obviously it's hype. I think that's like the pull of this card. Like that's the reason it exists, is Wizards was like, oh, it turns all your dudes into Snapcasters. People are going to eat that up, you know? Like you actually have to do it. And I'm not saying that like there's not an awesome deck out there with this card, but I typically don't love commanders or like tribal creatures in general that care about tribal creature, human in this case, but also they want you to have a buttload of instants and sorceries in your deck. It's just always at odds to me, and I don't love it, but there's probably some like pretty disgusting stuff you can do, especially in Commander where you have the entirety of Magic history to mess around with this card. So I imagine a lot of times you're just going to like spells that make your humans better or something like that, you know, spells that bolster your offense or your defense in some way, but just, you know, spells that make your creatures bigger or more hardy, just something like that. You know, global effects. They give all your dudes plus whatever. Like that's probably one way to abuse this pretty easily. And you can just, depending on the mana you have, you can cast like 3 different spells a turn, casting dudes and stuff. So I don't know. Could be pretty good. I mean, even if it's just I cast a dude and that allows me to cast a card from my yard that draws into more humans that I can then cast and do more stuff with. Like, it's, you know, I could see this cascading like pretty easily. So it's a sweet card, but as far as like decks it can really be in, like, I'm not really sure because like there's not really a whole lot of like Bant humans commanders that I really care about. And I guess like in the 99, you can play a Kyler or Rick, but this can't be in your Kyler deck and it can't be in your Rick deck, which is, I hate that Rick is a thing. I'm that old salty man, like, oh, Walking Dead stupid. But like, you know, the moment there's a secret lair with like a property that I care about, I'm like, yeah, I'm going to play in Sonic as my commander. So, you know, I can't fault people that play Rick as their commander, I guess. There's moral ambiguity to it, I guess. But either way, I guess Rick goes in the 99 of your Catilda deck and Kyler goes in the 99 of your Catilda deck. But this is probably your best choice for commander if you care about humans and you're playing Bant. So figure it out. Oh, by the way, Catilda and Lear are both from Innistrad, so they get this treatment, this ugly thing. I should like this, right? I should like this. It's like, oh, it's a tree or something, and it's fall, and it's cute. It's a nice aesthetic, but for some reason, I just really don't like it. But art is subjective, so keep that in mind. But let's look at the last thing from this subset of cards here. Let's look at Goro Goro and Satoru. This is the card that I was least excited about at first, but now I'm not so sure. This is Grixis colors, blue, black, and red for a 3/4 legendary goblin human. It's fun. Whenever one or more creatures you control that entered the battlefield this turn deal combat damage to a player, create a 5/5 red dragon spirit creature token with flying. You can also pay 1 in a red to have creatures you control gain haste until end of turn. This is without a doubt my favorite treatment. I mean, I do like that Slimefoot and Squee. I'm not going to lie to you, but this treatment, the old Kamigawa treatment, I do like it. Look at that. Look at this guy. Look at this guy I'm circling with the cursor. This guy with this funky color palette and he's all cool looking. I like him. But anyway, this does some, I guess, sort of coolish stuff. Again, this is probably going to be your commander, and you do a bunch of stuff in the 99 with it. But there are things this can go in the 99 of. First of all, you want haste dudes, so there's a temptation to be like, Thraxamunder or like Gargazal or like some huge haste Grixis-y thing that like, You can play out of your command zone and immediately get a 5/5, but you know, your opponent knows what commander you're playing. So it's not going to be like such a surprise. You're not as guaranteed to get like the 5/5 dragon when you come down swing with Gargazal or whatever. More likely Thraxamunder. If you're, it's probably the much better card, but I honestly think there's like way better stuff you could be doing with this. First of all, the best. Well, let's not do the best first. First of all, there's Cedrus. Is that what his name is? I think that's correct. But anyway, this unearth stuff, you know. So since the unearth guys have haste, they came into play this turn, right? I mean, they leave forever at the end of the turn, but still they have haste, you know. So whenever you unearth a dude, you get a 5/5. It sucks that this says whenever one or more, so you can't just unearth like 3 dudes and get 3 dragons, but you can, I guess, like space out your unearths and like get a dragon more or less like every turn, so long as you can slam for combat damage. So I don't know, like it's a cool guy. It's a sweet dude. Trample guys would be really good in that deck, right? Trample or flying, like any evasive dude, and you just unearth it and immediately get through, get your 5/5. There's ways to do it, and I think that Cedrus is probably one of the better commanders if you want this in the 99. But I think the best one is probably Mishra, if I had to take a big old fat guess at it. I think you could definitely make the argument that with Mishra, it's a little harder to get that 4/4 through unless you can give it evasion somehow, make it unblockable or something like that. Whereas with Cedrus, you could just like unearth an evasive dude or an unblockable guy. Like, that'd be fine, you know. But I think that Mishra, as long as you've got an artifact in play, you get a 4/4 like basically every single turn. So that's it feels like a slightly more sustainable or renewable resource than having to unearth a dude like every single turn. But obviously there are ways to stock your graveyard with guys, but I just feel like it's way easier to like keep at least one artifact out, and it shouldn't be too hard to like give the 4/4 some kind of evasion, you know what I mean? So like I can see Mishra being like pretty sweet with Gorgora as well. There are some cool commanders you could play this in the 99 of, and like that's not as true with some of the other cards we've looked at. There's a chicken tail and a chicken. Hello, chick. But yeah, those are the 3 cards that I hadn't covered yet from the from the set. But these aren't standard legal. I just want to make that like super extra clear. As far as I know, these are not in any way standard legal. It says right there, March of Commander, down at the bottom, mock. So, and it's number 448. So yeah, these are from the Commander set. They're not standard legal, but I am probably going to do an old deck tech for Slimefoot and Squee, man. I can't resist. That is a card I'm ordering. Can't wait for the I spent $5 on March of Commander video, because that one's definitely going to include Squee and Slimefoot, hopefully for like 25 cents, but probably not right when the set comes out. But anyway, let's chicken head. Hey, chicken head. But let's look at them Commander cards. These are from Commander Legends, which is going to be a thing pretty soon. And it's pretty big stuff right here. You see Jeweled Lotus, the Dragon, and Capture of Jingzhou. Jeweled Lotus is 0 mana. You probably know what this does. This is 0 mana for an artifact. You tap it and sack it, add 3 mana of any color. But you can only spend this mana to cast your commander. It's very good. It's still a pretty good card. I don't think that this really lived up to the whole like, oh, every single commander deck is going to have to play this, you know. That hasn't necessarily happened. However, a lot of decks still do play it, especially just people that can get their hands on it. You know? So the card is still like $75 right now, which is a lot. I think the extended art one is like $130. So this card needed a reprint. I'm glad that it kind of got one really kind of fast. That is a pretty card though. That's a pretty card, so it's probably still going to be like relatively expensive, but it shouldn't be $75. This one probably will be, but maybe it'll drive the cost of the OG one down slightly. I don't know. You don't have, the thing about Jeweled Lotus is that you don't have to play it, but it did need the reprint, so cool. The Dragon, I think that the Secret Lair version of this card right now is like $75, but I'm pretty sure you can get a normal one for like $40. That's still kind of a lot though, so it probably needed this reprint. There's only a couple of printings of it. This is 4 mana and also Wooburg, so 9 total mana, for a 10/10 legendary dragon avatar with eminence. As long as the Dragon is in the command zone or on the battlefield, other dragon spells you cast 1 less to cast. It also has flying, and whenever 1 or more dragons you control attack, draw that many cards, then you may put a permanent card from your hand onto the battlefield. That's a good card, right? That's a pretty good card. Costs 9 mana to cast. cast. You need Wooburg for it, but it's a 5-color commander. Those tend to be pretty good, especially if they are pretty good. You would think that Tiamat would be like the 5-color dragon commander, but this is the one. This is the guy right here. But I guess he could also be in the 99 of your Tiamat deck, and Tiamat could be in the 99 of him. So, Dragon, you like dragons? Do you? You're a Magic player, so probably. It's a cool card to see a reprint. And then Capture of Jingzhou. There's a reason I'm covering this one last. You would think that Jeweled Lotus would be price-wise the card on screen that needs the most, needs a reprint the most. But no, it's not. It's Capture. See, right there? Wouldn't lie to you. $140 for the Judge promo and $350 for Portal 3 Kingdoms. That's just nuts. The one that you can't see because of my big dumb head over here is the one from Commander Masters. It's pre-sale. It's out of stock. You can't even buy it. So, yeah. I wish that there was a price on it, like a market price. That'd be nice. But Commander Masters ain't going to come out for some time. So, but yeah, I'm hoping that the price of this comes down, but maybe not, because maybe I don't want yet another Time Walk effect to be like, playable in Commander price-wise. But we'll see about it. I imagine that this one is going to be from a pretty opened set. And it's not going to be anywhere near as much as the other versions of this card. So get ready for more Time Walks in Commander. Why would you do this? But I can't believe you've done this. But anyway, that is the cards, everybody. I hope you enjoyed this nice little Monday. It's probably going to be like Tuesday by the time a lot of you watch this, or even Wednesday. But anyway, hope you enjoyed this nice little beginning of the week break. Had a look at some sweet Magic cards and all that. Let me know what you want to do with these, and which of these are your favorite. Ha! Nailed it. Anyway, it's probably Slimefoot and Squee, isn't it? It's probably Slimefoot and Squee. Let me know if you're actually excited about Time Walk Effect coming to Commander in a more affordable form. There's probably 2 of you out there. And let me know if you plan on picking up that Dragon. I don't know. Just questions for the comment section, but there's probably plenty of stuff you want to pop off and say. So hit me up down there. Let me know how you feel about the whole affair. And I will catch you cats later. I am Deb from The Place. Thanks for watching, Wizards. Spread love and be kind.